So here we are at our actual intention setting. So we're going to first take a moment, of course, to get settled in. So make sure you're comfortable. You can be seated, you can be lying down in a chair, you can be seated in a chair, you can be seated on the floor. And it can be helpful here to close your eyes. And it can be helpful to feel the support beneath you. So noticing the parts of your body that are resting on the floor or the chair, the bed, and let yourself actually feel the sensations of that support beneath you. So the pressure, the solidity, temperature, whatever it is you notice. Sometimes a little shifting side to side or movement can help you become more aware of those areas. And then if you would let your attention settle on your breath, just observing your body breathing in, your body breathing out. Nothing to manage or coerce about your breath. You're just noticing your breath as a tool again for getting settled, for grounding. And then you might take a moment to bring back to mind what your values are, what matters most to you. It's important in your life, not important to other people or to the culture around you, but you from your own heart, your own gut, your own inner wisdom. What is important to you? And then considering what would it be like to have a transformation in this area that's important to you? If it's your mindset or your outlook on life, how could that shift in a way that would have your 2024 um, be more of what you want it to be? So if it is mindset or wanting to think, have a more positive outlook, but your word, and of course it could be a word, it could be a phrase, it could be a paragraph, whatever works for you. So trying to let go of what it should be and just see what comes as you open up the space for your inner wisdom, your heart to speak to you. So maybe if it is something like mindset, noticing when the mind habits that aren't so helpful crop up. So, um, wanting to extinguish self-criticism or complaining or gossiping, wanting to kind of lessen the presence of any of those habits that can bring us down, bring our mental state, our emotional state, our outlook down. So if that's what you're looking for, maybe it's well, how could you pump up the volume on thinking more positively, or when you notice those not criticizing yourself, of course, but of course, that will come up too. So notice when that self-criticism comes, but then what would be more beneficial for you? What could you replace it with or counter it with when you notice that happens? You can use little tools too, like those, like a bracelet, and switch it to the opposite wrist when you catch yourself, and um, shift to a more positive state. Or maybe it's caring for your body in a way that's more uh, more beneficial long term. So of course, treating yourself is okay, but sometimes we just get into habits with our bodies that are, it's like that short-term gratification rather than what will really be supportive of our well-being. And of course, our culture is always about exercise more or lose weight. And those could be things that happen. But what I want you to notice when you come up with something here, your word or your phrase or your area, I'd like you to sit with it for a moment. Like just close your eyes and see if what it is that you're kind of toying with in your mind or feeling like you want to adopt as your intention for 2024. And just see when you sit with it, does it have a quality of like you're fixing something that's wrong? Does it have a quality of pressure to you when you entertain it, when you sit with it, when you picture yourself doing whatever this is or following through on this intention? Notice the response that comes in your body, your mind, your heart as you entertain that. Does it feel heavy or does it feel light? Do you feel inspired by it? Do you feel like, oh, that would be fun? Or I can really see how that would make a difference for me, and that inspires me. So as best you can, I want you to be looking for the ones that have that kind of light, inspiring, joyful feel to them. And it could be that you feel really clear about what that intention is for you. And it could be that you're still kind of um, working through it. And so, what I would suggest is when we, or right now, pull out a piece of paper and start writing some notes to yourself if you haven't already been doing that. And then step 4 of this process is sharing. So you might choose someone who is someone that you find insightful and supportive, and kind of toss around the ideas that you have and just see what their feedback is. And then again, maybe come back and listen to this or sit with what their feedback is, and then maybe refine what your intentions are. And just knowing that, this doesn't have to happen on January 1st. This can be a work in progress through the whole year. You might reflect on it in April and say, well, I thought that would be really helpful, but I lost the plot on it. And then you could renew it. Or it might be time to think about, okay, spring and summer are here. Spring is here, summer's coming. What could be helpful for me to go through, to set maybe a new intention? So just knowing that there's not, there's more than one way to do this. And the main part of the process is being kind to yourself and allowing yourself to go through your own process of setting your intentions. And it will be different year to year or month to month. And all of that is okay. The main thing here is being kind to yourself and not giving up on yourself. You might decide that that intention isn't right, isn't, or just isn't the one for right now. And that's okay. The main event here, or the main objective here, is staying with yourself, being your own advocate, supporter, cheerleader. And of course, we need others too. However, we often tend to be our own harshest critics. So training yourself to actually advocate for yourself, support yourself, say to yourself something, the things that you would like someone else to say to you. So thank you so much. I wish you all the best with your intention setting. And please comment below and let me know how you're doing with it. And if you have any requests for other videos or meditations, I'd be so happy to hear them. Thank you.